That did it. Ain't nobody got time for this. I've got asthma. No, I don't. That's an old cultural reference, so don't worry about it. I don't have asthma. But some of you may remember, ain't nobody got time for this. Ew. I think I left a Tootsie Roll. I think we got this. Now you're all saying, hello so fast, I can't get you. Sylvia, Joyce, Joe. Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney ho. Ooh, I left a Tootsie Roll. You know, so, okay, let me say hello. Carmen, my mother and I want your address. Don't put it here, so we can send you a card. I didn't say anything because I don't want to say anything unless you say something. Now that I said that, everybody's going to be like, what? But I'll just say, for those who pray, if you'll keep Carmen and her family in your prayers. And if Carmen wants to say something, she can. If she doesn't want to say anything, just leave it at that. Because I don't tell, beautiful Friday morning, 69 degrees in Philadelphia. Hey, Scott, nice to see you live. Happy Easter. Where did that come from? Happy Friday. Thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, just Carmen and her family need some prayers. I'm the right way now. Karen Williams. I got EPG. It's all right. Sunday, my husband's father passed away. Yeah. So Carmen lost her father-in-law. Kevin lost his father. So I appreciate you. But anyway, will you text me your address? Because we want to send, and I've been away. So I haven't been able to I haven't even seen my mother in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Thank you, Carmen. Now I have to shift. It's always hard to do that, but we do shift. So thank you, Donna. Hi, everybody. I have been incognito. Did everybody hide during that heat wave? It is gone now. It's currently 69 degrees at 12:24 in New Jersey. Well, where am I? I'm in Pennsylvania. But I'm about to cross the river and get back into my home state. The state in which I was born. But I've lived in Pennsylvania for a long time. And a lot of my relatives come from Pennsylvania, so because we're right on the border. Isn't it nice, Donna? 69 degrees. I woke up this morning like this. No. I woke up this morning I had been, so anyway, my house is always hot because I have air conditioning now. Thank you to my mother who gifted me a new HVAC. So heat, air, all of that, because mine was on its last leg. But I usually keep my thermostat at like 79 or 80. So anyway, I woke up this morning and I'm like, it's cold in here. Who turned that air conditioning down? Who touched that thermostat? Well, our Heavenly Father touched the thermostat and gave us 60-some degrees, and gone was the humidity. So I had to get up and look at my thermostat. It was still on 80, but the temperature in the house was cool. Anyway, and that's with the windows shut. Anyway, Will Rogers always said, everybody always talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. But isn't it nice to have that heat wave gone, at least here in the East? I don't know about where everybody else is. I've missed you guys. We have not had a front seat frivolous. We're going to have some front seat frivolous and a show and tell. Oh, Flower Cottage, PA. You are waiting on an invoice for me, I think, because I sent it for the recipe books. I sent it, and then when I went back and looked at it, oh, you got it? Well, you didn't pay it. Are you sure you got that invoice? Because you didn't pay it. You can pay it whenever you want, but I thought it didn't go through. Huh? No, I got cards? Huh? I didn't sell you any cards. You're thinking of somebody else. You bought stack of recipe books for me. Like there were 14 recipe books. I don't think you paid at the traveling game. Oh, the traveling game. You did pay that. Yes. You didn't win the recipe books? I have to go back and look at that. I could have, because when I put your, yeah, I know you paid for the, that traveling game. You're going to love that game when it gets there. But when I looked at your email address, it was what it is, at, and then the thing, and then there was no .com. Anyway, I'll look at it. So I apologize if I, like, threw you under the bus in front of everybody live, but there's only 57 people watching. What? I don't know what J Kest is, so, but let it go, let it go. I'll look at it when I get home. I haven't been, thought that was you. Flower Cottage Pete. Such is life, yeah. You didn't buy, it's all right. I know Karen Williams right now is rewatching the video, and in about 2 minutes she's gonna come in here and tell me who won those recipes. I know what you're doing, Karen, and I'll find out when I get home. Karen keeps track of me. She knows that's what she's doing. Go eat a peppermint patty. I already had mine. I have one a day. Look at her. See, putting them smile. Isn't that what you were doing? I know what you were doing. I already had mine. Only one. We mustn't get two. But don't leave Tootsie Rolls on the dashboard. You can't see it because there's a spot. Okay, are we going to have show and tell and frivolities? Let's do it. You know what that is, but you don't yet know what color it is until I do that. Oh, the sun is washing it out. I have to pull it. I remember they were donated by Carmen. Thank you. They were donated by Carmen. And Carmen just sent me her address. Thank you, Carmen. That is, and I think I just, oh my gosh. See, I sell so much and I'm doing so many things. I just sold a whole bunch of this to somebody. I will go back and look at that too, because I didn't have a green one, but it was a mixed lot. It's the Anchor Hocking Vitrock, and somebody got this, but I did not have a green bowl, and can sell this to the one if they want it. So I got to go look at that. So it's the mid-century Anchor Hocking Vitrock, and it's the Lotus, but there were plates and they come in green, pink, blue, and yellow. What is this? Wait a minute. What is in my pocket? Ooh, I got $3. I got, oh, you got me a cup of coffee. Thank you. I need it. I do, because as you know, oh, that was so nice of you. I appreciate that. And you know what? You are right. That was so nice. Thank you. I will, because I do. I am a coffee and an iced coffee. Thank you. I just need to sit down and be quiet and be still. I can be quiet, but I don't be still. All right, let's have some of these, and then I'll show you. I have so many things that I cannot tell you as much as I have. I'm going to show you some bits and pieces, yeah, but the rest of it is, I'm not digging all through that back seat because it's wrapped up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a show and tell, the Frivolities, and then I'm going to film a thrift haul out on the front porch. Maybe later today, I don't know. Today is Friday. Freitag, which is Friday in German, if you didn't know that. Today is Freitag. So I might be able to do, so you might see some things twice. Thank you, Maisie K. Maisie K. Or was it Mary K? Are you in your pink Cadillac? Okay. I don't do horoscopes. Did you know? Yeah. Well, I'll do that show until, hey, Revive-It's. Heather and Shane. Now, come on, we've got to do something together again, because we're not going to wait until October. It is August 1st. Goodbye, summer. I always think of August as the beginning of the end of summer. All right, let's do Did You Know? Deathly Hot. Should have read this 2 days ago. Hello, Annie. Love to sing. The warmest temperature ever recorded on Earth was, oh, I just smacked myself. The warmest temperature ever recorded on Earth was on my birthday. Woo! Well, I knew I was hot. I mean, not hot like that, but just listen to this. The warmest temperature ever recorded on Earth is believed to be 134 degrees, observed on July the 10th. That's when this one arrived. 1913, different year though for me, obviously. In Furnace Creek, Death Valley, California. The temperature peaked at above 129 degrees. Wow, okay. I didn't know that my birthday was the hottest day ever recognized. Well, I guess better than being... Hello in the UK! What's going on? Now, 16 degrees, you're on that Celsius. What is that? Because we still do that old Fahrenheit stuff in here in the USA. And I didn't learn metrics. There was this big push in the 70s, remember that, to try to get us to learn it, and we Americans just didn't take to it. I don't know, I guess we're funny that way. And I have a friend of mine is from another country, and they don't do 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, they do 700 hours. And I keep telling him, stop doing that, because I always have to figure it out. Now, I know how to figure it out. It's not hard. But he's like, I'll see you at the restaurant at, you know, whatever, 2100 hours. And I'm like, now I gotta count. 12 o'clock, 13 is 1, 14. Yeah, I know, it's military time. Oh, it's about 60 degrees in the UK. Nice, nice. So anyway, that was that. Oh, I can win a $50 gift card. What do I do? Find Little Al in the Coffee News, hidden in one of the ads. Oh, there's like it's like Where's Waldo? There's a little That little thing, that little guy right there, he's called Little Al, and he's in here somewhere. And if you find him and can send them a letter, and you tell them where he is, you can get $50. You can get a gift card, yeah, to where? Doesn't say. All right, let's have on the lighter side. What? Oh, where do fish take a bath? Get out the magnifier. What? Where do fish take a bath? You know you can tune a fish. No, I messed that up. You know you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Oh, to find that little man? I don't have time for that. Somebody probably has art. What's the date on this? July 21. Somebody, why is this Lexus pulling up so slow on me with its window down? Now he's gonna pull. I don't like that. It went real slow in front of me with the window down, and then real slow beside me. Is that one of those Revive It sisters trying to get in on my stuff? I think they know where I am. And they can't park right. Anyway, you didn't answer. That is it. Always tell my cat. You always tell your cat that? He's looking for his cheating wife. Who is? He is? He better not be looking at me. Okay, where do fish take a bath? You haven't told me yet. I'm not gonna sit here all day. Or did you tell me? Subtract 2 from the number your friend uses, that is the time. Yeah, but why can't he just tell me it's 8 o'clock? But I'll remember that. Thank you for the tip. All right, you're not telling me. And that lag isn't that slow. I'm gonna tell you because you haven't told me the answer yet. Where do fish? No, not in the fish tank. In a bowl? No. In a river basin. Ah. Okay. Now. Ouch. The REO Speedwagon album? I love me some REO Speedwagon. You know what that is? I think Frankenstein had 2. Aha! It's a stopper. And what does it go in? It goes in that. And I don't have 1. I have 2. Probably Fenton. I always think of Fenton. But Fenton wasn't the only one that did this cranberry hobnail stuff. What do you love to sing, Annie? Do you sing in like church choirs, or do you play the guitar in a coffee house? Do you sing in the toilet? Do you sing in the shower? I know I got 2 of these. I'm only showing you 1. The other one is probably Fenton, but not necessarily Sara Lee. Now I've got something. Handle looks like Fenton. Oh, wait, it's too much. Originally sang in my church, then I get it. I'm so sorry, because long messages, they only last for 3 seconds and they fade. You can sing on the toilet, don't sing in the toilet. That's right. And if Vinny were here with all this toilet talk, he would be just like on the floor. He just thinks the word toilet is hilarious. I don't know why. The dancing school had waltz-to-waltz carpeting. I can't with these. I just can't, especially on a Friday. It's not good enough. But I did see that you sang in your church choir, but then it went away. Originally sang in your church choir. Okay, nice. Did it was bad, Judy. Waltz to waltz carpeting. Let's do some more show and tell. Now, oh, you sang off-Broadway. So, wait, you sang on Broadway and off Broadway? Broadway in Manhattan or Broadway in Poughkeepsie? I'm kidding. Wow, we have a Broadway singer here. Is that paper old? Is this paper old? It's just from July. Like a couple days, like July 21st, I think. So I saw these. I have to hold them back. Yeah, Broadway in New York. Wonderful. What were you in? Name a thing that you were in. I might have seen it. Oops, don't blow out the window. Okay. Oh, but wait, it gets better. So this is a really pretty blue, and it's very 30s looking. Oh, with the New York City Opera. Wonderful. The New York City Opera. It's very 30s looking. Now, they're not marked, so, you know, who knows? I'll look them up when I get home. I don't think that this sugar bowl ever had a lid, and I'll tell you why I think that it didn't. Doesn't mean I'm right. I very well could be wrong, but I go based upon experience. Not everything, of course, as you know, not all sugar bowls had a lid. There's no lip for a lid, but there didn't necessarily have to be. But I don't see anywhere at all where a lid would, and it's also very irregular. So for a lid to have sat perfectly on this, for a sugar bowl, it would have needed to really fit on there snugly. And it's just not that type of a top. So these were in the little bag. I turned the aisle. And I found the teapot. And it's not chipped. Now, you say, ah, that teapot had a lid, so I bet that sugar had a lid and it's missing it. I'm not so sure about that, and I'll tell you why. The teapot has a lip. So do I. You see that lip in there? That lip is very uniform. It's very smooth and very flat, and this lid actually does fit right on there. And it fits down in, and it fits right on there perfectly. But the sugar bowl doesn't have the lip to hold a lid. It still may have had one, but based upon those observations, I'm going to say that it more than likely was an open sugar bowl. No mark on any of it, but it looks very 30s. It's a really pretty color, and I will dig around and look later on to see which American pottery company made this. And it shall be for sale at some point. All right. All right. Isn't that nice? And it's not chipped, cracked, crazed, stained. It's usable. It's not marked Hall. It's not marked anything. So take your pick and with your guesses. I'll have to look it up when I get home. Let's see. Sing. No. Okay. This is supposed to be a sign in a non-smoking area. If we see smoke, we'll assume you're on fire and take appropriate action. I did not even get a small chortle out of that. That was ridiculously duh. Art teacher. That's a nice well you've drawn. Is it finished? Student. No, I still have to draw water. I'm going to read that again, but I don't think it's going to be any better the second time around. Oh, that Lexus left. Good. I'll read it again. You're laughing at that? You're easily amused. They do get worse every month, Judy. Our teacher says, that's a nice well you've drawn. Is it finished? Student. No, I still have to draw water. Let's get the last one out of the way. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hallways. Hallways who? Why are you hallways late? They are really hurting for business if that's the best they can do. We may have to find a different publication. I bought 3. I wish there were 4. But I bought 3. They are corny this week. So these are 3 iridescent plates. These are antique. They're going to date to roughly 1925. They could be 5 years earlier. They could be 10 years older. So this iridescent glass, now this really wouldn't be considered Carnival glass. There was a lot of iridescent glass. Carnival glass is iridescent glass, but and I've got a piece of Carnival I'm going to show you in uno momento. But your Carnival glass collectors wouldn't call that Carnival glass. It's just iridescent. It's got an optic. It might be imperial. I don't know. This one, it's almost. Yeah, so just 3. And this one you can really see stretch on this one. I won't go into stretch glass again. I know I love stretch glass. The stretch on this is easier to see than the stretch on these two. But that's what it was, because each one got sprayed and then fired again. So we have 3. I hear you, Black Crow, making all that noise way over on the other side. I don't know who you're talking to, but you're busy telling somebody off. Now, let's look at the Carnival glass piece that I've got. Ouch. How we doing, everybody? How yous doing? How yous doing? We got 98 of you on this Freitag, this lovely 69-degree day. It might be up to 70 now, I don't know. I've got a lovely piece of Carnival glass. One that I haven't had before. There it is. Now, you guys look at it, and you can tell me whether it is a strawberry, raspberry, cherry, lemon, or lime. I think it's a strawberry, but you can screenshot it if you want. I can look it up in my Carnival glass book when I get home. So this is amethyst because we can see the base color is amethyst. There's a chip on the foot. If it's going to be chipped, that's where I want it to be chipped. Right there. So, you know, whatever. But it's a pretty one. Beautiful. Now, see, okay, Carnival glass, not Carnival glass. A lot of people make the mistake, and anything that is iridescent, they just call Carnival. But Carnival is, not only is it iridescent, but if it were sprayed with the stretch, it would be, wait, Scott won't see this, but he wanted, what? Who's in the back of my car? You need to stop messing with me like that. Carnival glass is fired once. It's sprayed to have its iridescence, but the stretch is given the iridescence, and then they spray it again and they fire it again. And typically, now there's always outliers, but your stretch, normally it can have an optic, but it usually does not have any fancy embossed pattern on it, the way Carnival does. So remember, your Carnival is going to be very busy with patterns. Yeah, I mean with something that is that you can give a name to, butterflies and all kinds of fruit, and sometimes horseshoes and leaves and windmills, and how can we forget grape and cable? My gosh, that's probably the most ubiquitous. But isn't that a pretty one? With whatever that fruit is. Oh, I'm mad at something that I paid too much for, but I'm not that mad because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it. I think we finished on the lighter side. Let's do the trivia. This actually is my lunch break, so I'm having my wah-wah. And I made a sandwich. So I brought a sandwich from home. Trivia. Okay, where's my person in the UK? Are you still here? Come on now, it's like dinner time in the UK, or have you already eaten? This famous Brit was born, oh, this is easy. Even us Americans know this. This famous Brit was born in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1564. Easy peasy. Ooh, my stopper almost went down in between the seat. I hate it when that happens. Who is it? Oh, golly jeepers. Of course. Now, well, I shouldn't say if we don't know that, but not everybody is up and onto literary stuff. I don't know anything about sports figures, so. Wilhelm Shakespeare. All right. Color theory. Miss Marple. Color theory describes colors in chemistry, nature, or art. Color theory, chemistry, nature, or art. I don't think it's chemistry. I think it's art. I haven't looked yet. I think it's art. Judy thinks nature. Carmen thinks art. I think it's art. You think it's art? It's art. What is the world's third largest ocean? And I'm parked right across the street from a swim school. I went to swim school. It was called the Atlantic Ocean. And I was thrown into it in a diaper, and I've got silent movies to prove it. And you've seen it. Well, some of you have. What is the world's, and I'm not saying that the Atlantic is the world's third largest ocean. Somebody said Indian. Charlotte said art. Charlotte's on the last one. Is there an art ocean? I think she's answering the last question. Carmen says Indian. Woo! Arctic. Now remember, you cannot Google for the answers, because if you Google, I will know that you're Googling, and I will put you in 10-minute timeout. Arctic. Oh, so we've had Arctic, Indian, and somebody said something else. The answer is Indian. We shall return to these in a moment. But I will now thrill you and amaze you with something that I am keeping for my own collection. I have a very specific, Scott, here is my favorite corny joke. It's gonna go away. I'm not gonna be able to read it because it's too long. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you send it to me, I can read it. Anything when I do lives on my cell phone, any message that's more than like one sentence long, well, all of the messages, they're on the screen for 3 seconds. And it's not like when you go live through StreamYard, the comments stay there and they move up gradually, but they stay there. When you stream through YouTube, the comment appears for 3 seconds and then it disappears. They don't stay there and then move up, and you can't scroll back. They just go away. So I'm sorry I couldn't read your joke. That dates to circa, you already know what year, circa, which means it could be 10 years earlier or 10 years older. But with this, we can be really close. I'll let you see that. That's right, Sylvia, circa 1930. And we know that by 2 reasons. The form, yeah, so the shape, and the design of the decoration and the way it was executed, which was very typical. So on the back side, we have that, everybody say it with me, waxy paint. It's not smooth, and it was Vinny who said, this feels like licorice. And it does, or wax. It's the way they did it in those days. It holds up very well, but they would typically paint the back, so it would always start out clear. This was an inexpensive way to decorate glass because the color combinations are endless. Green and black, pink and blue, on and on. But they would put this coloring on the back and then hand paint in the decorating room, yeah, on the top. And you get this wonderful dimensional look. Yeah, see here? So this is hand painted. So picture, a huge 3rd floor factory somewhere, and rows and rows and rows of women, because that's typically who did it, with little paintbrushes, just sitting there all day painting. So it's circa 1930, and I collect candy jars, candy compotes. Remember I bought one from Vinny from his auction a couple of weeks ago? But they have to have this type of execution with the paint and the that. All right. It's a pretty one. And I don't have, that's it. An example I don't have. The food's name comes from the Italian word for paste. So what's the food? What? I'm sorry, it went. You may be able to see comments. Like, I don't know what you're watching on. Like, if you're watching, for me as the broadcaster, the comments go away. But for you folks at home on what you're watching, the comments may stay there. That's because I'm broadcasting through YouTube, not live streaming through StreamYard. It's all different. Okay, so what is this? The food's name, it's a type of a food, and it comes from the Italian word for paste. I don't know what it is because I didn't look. Oh, should I go in there? That says grocery outlet, bargain market. Do you have that? We don't have, well, I don't know that, I didn't know we had that. Grocery outlet? Well, let's stick to the joke. You'd like it? I'd like grocery outlet. Let's see what this Italian word is that comes from paste. Pasta? I mean, that didn't seem... We have them here. Do you like it? I mean, some of those places, the fruit and produce is like dirt cheap, but you got to take it home and eat it. It's like it was ripe yesterday, and you got to go take it home and eat it. It's like super ready to be eaten, which is good. But a lot of those places, you know, you can't buy peaches and then think they're going to last for 2 weeks in the refrigerator. It's affordable. Well, I might go in it. No, I'm working. That's not on my schedule. I do get a lunch break. But if I'm going to do that, that's pleasure. That's after hours. You got to be disciplined when you're self-employed. I'll tell you, if not, you end up thinking you're retired, and I am not. Anyway, that crow is still good. He just left. Can you hear him? Oh, good. Come right over here on this lamppost. And you don't want... Oh, I need to watch the screen. I missed that. What is it I don't want? Okay, it's 43 minutes. I get 15 more minutes. I get an hour lunch break. Olympian Simone Biles, or Simon Biles, I don't know, competes in what sport? Olympian Simone Biles competes in what sport? You tell me before I look at the answer. I don't even know who that is. Gymnast. Oh, there are. You know that. Woo! I don't watch the Olympics, but you guys all know. I don't even have to look at the answer now. Did I say the name right? I don't know. I guess you guys watch the Olympics. I don't even think I get that channel. That's Jim Corney? What? Oh, gymnastics. All right, let's do a she's the goat. I don't know what that is. I don't know acronyms. And it was spelled out as an acronym. What is that? Gymnastic, Olympic, something. What does that mean? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about, well, I know about gymnastics when I perform it. And I'm really good at gymnastics because I have a bad leg. I had surgery on my leg. I had compartments. I had, anyway. So um, I have this really weird thing that, like, in the middle of the night, it's always in the middle of the night, I have like this horrible spasm in the leg that I had surgery on. You ought to see me do some gymnastics. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you what, it's frightful if you've never seen it before. I jump out of that bed and I do moves like Jagger to try to get that leg straight. That's the gymnastics I know about. Because I'll tell you what, it hurts. Anyway, see, you learned something new about me. And I've got the scars to prove it. Oh, and the funny thing, I'll tell you this one little more story. You remember how I told you Novocaine, what is it called? Caffeine, drugs. I don't mean drugs, you know, but like things just don't affect me. So I'm in the, they were trying to knock me out. You know how before you go into surgery, they give you, and this was just, how many years ago did I have this done? I was in my 30s. They give you the stuff to like bring you down before they wheel you into the surgery. Well, good thing it didn't have any effect on me as usual. I mean, they finally knocked me out, but this is a true story. They get me into, I'm actually in the prep room before I'm going into the surgery, you know, and you're lying there with no clothes on and 30 people are around doing all this stuff. Well, this man comes along with a magic marker and he's drawing on my leg the lines where the incisions are going to go. And I said, bro, that's the wrong leg. That is the wrong leg. It's this one, not that one. I am not, it wasn't restless leg syndrome. No, that's not what it was. I know what that is. They had to go in and cut the arteries on both sides, the tendons on both sides of my leg. They had marked the wrong leg. And I was awake and cognizant. I will show you the scars at some point, but I can't get my leg high enough. That is a true story. And they never apologize. Can you imagine if I had had the surgery on the wrong leg? I'm telling you, and I wasn't in some Humpty Dump hospital either. I was, and I'm not going to tell you where I was. I was in a very good, nationally known sports medicine sort of place, hospital, because I used to run then. Did I ever tell you that I ran half marathons? I never ran a full marathon, but I ran half marathons a lot, and it was back during those days. Anyway, that's a true story. Mouse mystery. Chuck E. Cheese's full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. Who is on the top of the heap? Huh? His backstory explains his love of celebrations. He grew up in an orphanage, not knowing his own birthday. Now he makes sure every kid's special day is full of music, games, and fun. I had no idea that Chuck E. Cheese was a real person named Charles Entertainment Cheese, I guess. Banana split. Some research suggests eating bananas might make you more appealing to mosquitoes. That's just what we need in New Jersey. Our mosquitoes in New Jersey are so big, they have shoulders. And I don't care for bananas, so I'm all right. The theory is that certain compounds in the fruit alter body odor in a way mosquitoes find attractive. I don't really need to know that. I don't know who would like to be attractive to mosquitoes. Do you eat bananas, Flower Cottage? So I'm just going to tell you, you know, Jersey is known for its mosquitoes. So you might as well grab a plum, okay? Before you get here, leave the bananas at home. We're not doing any more of these. But let me show you my one or two more things. I paid too much for this. I'm mad. And I got to do work on it. But I bought this for a reason. Oh, I've got more. I've got 3 more boxes in the back, but I can't get into all of it. And Karen is going to be mad because I went and announced I had EAPG and then I didn't show it to her. All right. Ugh. Now, how old is it? And what am I going to do with it? I paid $20 for that. Well, actually, I tell a lie. It's $20, but mosquitoes don't. I paid $20. It's marked $20. But I get points at this particular store, you know, after you spend so much money, and then you get $10 off. Did I get $10 off? Yeah. So I got $10 off. So it was actually, but I spent a lot of money on other stuff. Anyway, I have to rebuild one of the sockets. I'm kind of mad about that. This one appears to be okay. This one, the chain is seized, which means the spring in the socket is broken. So I've got to get in there. I like to rebuild the sockets if I can, because believe it or not, these chains, yeah, if a person were to put new sockets in here and new chains, you kill it. These are the original antique pull chains, and the new chains are fatter than these. I don't want to pull this too hard because I'll break it. So I have to take the card, I have to take these off. So yeah, this would be circa circa 1915 to circa 1920 to the 20s. This is really out of style when you get into the 30s. So we're in the first 25 years, the first 30 years of the last century. And this is exactly how it was manufactured. Now, if you'll notice right here, there's a screw there and a screw there. See that? And it's there because what you could have done when you bought this and you had the option, that finial would come off, and in place they would screw on a decorative rod, a metal rod, which would come up, and that would allow you to then have a shade, a parchment shade, or a mesh shade, or a shade. But this one was sold just like this. It's called a electric candlestick lamp, which would have light bulbs on it. The light bulbs could be naked, just the way you would see. And light bulbs then were decorative. They looked like flames, and they weren't all amber. They could be colors. They could be pink and green. I mean, antique light bulbs are fascinating. So, or they could have a clip-on shade. Now, the reason why I bought this is because I have at home, and I bought from a huge, well, not huge. I think I've got maybe 25 Macbeth Evans glass shades made in the early 20s that are designed for the naked light bulb, and it has I'll just have to show you. It's going to be fantastic on this. Absolutely fantastic. And this is just the kind of lamp that I need in order to do that. So the shades don't clip onto the light bulb, but there is a glass piece that slides on, that sits here. You put the light bulb on, and then this beautiful decorative glass shade sits on it. If you've been watching me for a while, I showed you those years ago, and they've been sitting in my basement waiting. And I'm going to restore this lamp to put those 1920s glass shades on here. You'll love it. It's going to be a video project. And it is now 15 minutes after. No, I've only been broadcasting 56 minutes. Okay, so I get an hour. So I'm going to be working on that. But I've got to rebuild that. I've got to rebuild that socket. If I can't save the socket, since you can't see it, I can at least save this chain. I know how to reattach these chains. Hold on for a second. I know how to reattach these chains to the original sockets. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Oh well, whatever. What's new? That's antique right there, and original. So this is the chain that I want to save. Now this somebody did rewire this at some point in its life. Yeah, so it's really easy because the chain is pinched right there in between those. You get a screwdriver and you split those two, and you can get that chain out. So if I have to replace the socket, not going to be horrible because you don't see the socket, but you will see the original chain. Not necessarily. When you say would that come in pairs, you could always have the option to buy two or just one. If somebody needed a pair for a mantle, they could. But when light fixtures like this were sold, they could be sold individually or in pairs. And I know that from reading old catalogs. Because this is small enough to be just a, well, I'm going to leave that off since I have to take it off again anyway. But good question. Okay, now, that's it. So the next time I see you, I shall be seated upon my front porch and we'll do the full thrift haul. And I know you've already seen these things, but there's 10 more things in the car you haven't seen. So you can fast forward to the part that I already showed you. I hope that's okay, because when I do the front porch, I don't do the Frivolities thing again. Hey, thank you for that coffee gift. And thank you for watching. I will see you soon. There might be a drop sale tomorrow at some point because I'm cleaning out that basement. And everything that sold in the drop sale, in the live sale Monday and the drop sale just before that, is boxed, and it's all going out in the mail tomorrow morning before 12 noon. So good night, good afternoon, everyone, and don't forget, I'll see you Monday anyway for my regular old, and there parks the trash truck, but they have to park somewhere. And I will see you Monday night at the live sale. I've got some more shopping to do when my lunch break is over. Back to work. Ooh. Bye, everyone. There it is. Wait. Oops.